Hello, this is one of those reviews I like to talk about. It's going to be a series here. This here is actually I picked up not too long ago. It's actually on last Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a new product that just came out in Canada from Ryobi. It's a 3 amp hour high performance battery and charger that came together as a package, as a special deal. Buy the starters kit, battery charger, and get a tool free. So this one here is basically a new one. Let's take a quick look inside of what it comes with. Comes with one of the new IntelliPort chargers, which is a quick charging station, especially for those who are on the job. Yeah, it's slightly larger than the old IntelliPort, which is the standard one. This one here can charge batteries in under 30 minutes. And this here, where it says quick charge or 30-minute charger, is actually for the smaller batteries, which is like the 1.3 amp hour batteries from the lithium line, or the older nickel cadmium. As you can see here by the signage here, it'll be able to charge the old NiCads, lithium, and the lithium plus line of batteries, including the high performance. So it gives you the standard legends, as you can see here, and lights that light up actually to let you know what's happening, you know, that the thing is on. If it's too cold or too hot for the battery, this will light up. And this here showing that it's actually charging on the unit itself. And here is one of the two batteries. Here we go. These are the new lithium-ion HP line of batteries. These here have already been fully charged. I charged them up as soon as I got home and plugged it in. It took about, I would say, about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half to charge each of them up with this charger here. If I were to use the regular charger, the regular IntelliPort charger, it would probably take a little bit longer because it doesn't push the battery that hard to get fully charged. This is the high performance ones, which is the 18 volt 3 amp hour. Where is that signage? It doesn't show there, but it's actually here. High performance ones. So this is good here, and they also give you the symbols of which batteries can use this. You can use them basically on all Ryobi tools that have this type of battery connection. And it also comes with the LED lights on them, as you can see here. So this here actually lets you know if it's a full charge or not by pressing this. See, it's already fully charged. Same thing with this one here. And this here, I got this as a package for the simple reasons that I wanted to get a new tool that would complement my arsenal of tools. This here overall works great for charging these batteries up. This here will also charge the standard NiCads and also the regular lithium batteries that Ryobi has. Would I use this constantly? Well, if probably not 100%. Not to say that it's a bad charger, but if you need a quick charge, yes, I would definitely use this. I would probably use my usual IntelliPort chargers instead to make sure that they have a decent charge. This here is probably just for a quick boost to charge them up at a quicker rate. Because I noticed when I was charging these two here up, after taking it out from the charger, I noticed around here, approximately, they felt a little bit warmer. It's due to because it was actually charging it quicker on both of them. And it made it slightly warm to the touch. Not too hot that you would burn your hands, but it felt really warm when being charged up so quickly. So let's take a look at the next line that I actually bought that came as a complementary tool with this. So this here is great to have along with my other batteries that I have, which I do have a 4 amp hour regular lithium ion plus and the 1.3. So this here is definitely going to be an add-on to my other ones. This here I'm definitely going to use quite a bit, along with the other ones as well. Okay, and here's the actual brad nailer. This is the one I wanted to get as the complement to the new high performance batteries, because it was a 2-for-1. Buy the charger and batteries and get a tool free. This happened to be on that list, and I figured, why not? It's a great little tool, especially if you're going to do cabinet making and all that. Again, this will use the high performance ones. This is just a standard brad nailer from Ryobi. And as you can see down there, that's the model number of P320. And this one here actually has the thing that you can hook onto your belt, on your utility belt or on your regular belt on your pants. It comes with LED lights to view your work area down below. This here is a safety feature. So long as you have this here depressed in onto the wood, and you can shoot out, you know, single shots at any given time. The nice feature about this one here, and you might not be able to see it here, is this little, where my little finger is, that's actually a switch that you can switch between single shot and multi shots. The difference between single shot is you have to depress the trigger each time when you have the tip of the brad nailer down, and then you have to pull the trigger to release one shot. When you switch it over to multi, which is the other way around, which I'm not going to do here, is you can keep this here depressed, and as the tip of the nail gun here hits the wood, it will already release a shot or a nail right into the wood. So that's a good thing to have if you're doing a large area. Of course, you have the tip that you can actually open up in case you get a jam. And of course, the magazine itself, which you can actually load here. This here actually came with about, I would say about 300 nails. It came included, and this is just a standard 1.5-inch nails. Definitely going to have to pick up more of these, or at least different sizes, because this will not be enough when I start doing some of my own cabinet making or other projects that require this. But it'll at least come in handy to start off with, and it'll use, if I can get this closed, yeah, I'll wait until later. This will actually use the 3 amp hour batteries that I just got. It'll use the 4, 6, 8, the whole line. I would not definitely use the 1.3 amp hour for this, because if you're doing a large project, of course the larger batteries with the 3 amp hour or 4 amp hour batteries would suit this here perfectly, because you're going to do a lot of nailing with this. The 1.3s just would not handle up, because you'll keep switching out very constantly with it. So this is a nice little tool to have in your arsenal, especially if you're going to do a lot of nailing, which I probably might do, especially with finishing nails. There are larger ones from Ryobi. There's the 16 gauge, and I think there's also a 24 gauge ones. Those are for, you know, larger sizes, but I just need something like this for cabinet making or small projects that don't require a big use of a nail gun. So let's take a look at the other one that I'm going to have here for you, and we'll take a look from. Here's the newest line of jigsaws from Ryobi. I actually purchased this because I know I was going to be needing it eventually. This one here has some really nice features. One, depending on the type of material you're going to be cutting, you have an oscillating head here, which actually helps you, which basically helps you cut through the material a lot easier. So you have a switch for the oscillation, and here's the guide. 0 for no oscillation, especially for metals, and then you have plastics, and depending if it's a hardwood or a softwood, the oscillation you can change automatically. And it comes with a variable speed tip, so this is actually where you can adjust the speed for the cutting head itself, and the switch itself, which is a standard switch, and you use this button to keep it tied in, to keep it on and running. It uses the regular 18 volt lithium ion. You can use the 2 amp hour or higher. Luckily, I do have the new battery like you had seen earlier, which is the 3 amp hour high performance, or the 4 amp hour as an example, which is another one that I have here in my arsenal. You can use those because it'll last a lot longer. The 1.3s won't work too well here because they'll drain very quickly. It does come in with a regular bit, a general cutting bit here, or cutting blade I should say, which is good for, you know, simple basic cuts, nothing too fancy. This one here is for wood specifically, smooth. What I would usually suggest as well, and I wish Ryobi would have done this, is to actually to give you a set of bits ranging from, you know, rough cutting wood all the way down to fine metals, like to cut metals and plastics with. This is, I had to buy separately just to make sure I had a spare set of bits for the jigsaw itself. Overall, the jigsaw runs very well. I have no problems with it, and it cuts very nicely. It also comes with a tool here. This is the actual an Allen key that lets you adjust the base here at the very bottom there. You can see there's 2 screws right here, 1, 2. You can adjust the angle of the base, and there, you might not see it here, but there is some degree settings on it, so you can do up to 45 degrees either left or right. Just a matter of to adjust the base on this particular tool itself and do your cutting with, so you can actually cut at an angle and do the usual curves on it. This is a good little tool that I love to use, especially for cutting. If I'm doing like a design of some sort that requires a jigsaw. Circular saws, not so well because they do straight cuts. This here you have more maneuverability with it, and you can do a whole lot of adjusting of the speed of the bit itself, which is what I like. Other than that, it's a great product. I have no complaints about this one. This you should have in your arsenal if you're looking to get a jigsaw for your tool set. So let's go into the next one. We'll take a look from there. And here's my favorite tool of them all. Any guy who loves to grind stuff would love this type of tool. This is the actual 18 volt from Ryobi, a right angle grinder. Comes with a handle, tool for the blade itself, which actually hides within the handle itself. Comes with a standard blade here, not a blade, a grinding wheel itself for general grinding of stuff. And I could have used this a number of years ago when I was actually doing a wrought iron fence. I was actually needing something like this for to be able to grind down the paint. Now this here, luckily, you can actually, with the tool that you have here to undo the bit itself, or the grinding wheel, you can actually use a wire brush, either a flat one that's similar to like this. This is a 4.5 inch grinding wheel itself, but you can get one that's a flat version at 4.5 inches, or a cone type, and you just a matter of taking this bit, taking this lock here off, pulling this here out, putting in the wheel itself, or the cup wheel, or the wire brush wheel, and putting it in its place. I haven't had a chance to use this here yet in regards to actually grinding something down, which I'm going to do soon. I have a project still that is in the works where I'll be needing this type of tool for grinding a good section of rust off. And I'm going to be using a comb wire brush or a flat wire brush in regards to that here. The other thing I like about this is that you have 3 positions to actually put this handle in to keep it a good to keep a good strong hold onto it. And when you're working with the wheel itself, like to take this here off, you have this button here which you can actually depress down, turn the wheel until it locks, and then use this tool here to actually take the clamp off and then change the bit itself. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it's a good little thing here. Again, using the 18-volt batteries. Again, I wouldn't use the 1.3s, but anything higher than a 2 amp hour or better would work great in this. Just for the fact is that you're going to do a lot of grinding, so you need the power and all that. This here I would definitely need, or definitely have in my arsenal of stuff, just for grinding purposes, or to be able to deburr rust off of metals. And also you can change the cutting wheel for not only grinding but also for deburring or taking off rust. And they also have other bits as well for porcelain, and also if you're going to do what they would have like for bricklaying and all that, they have some where if you need to make a small groove or all that, would be diamond carbon bit tools that you can add onto this. The speed of this, it's not like your typical right angle grinder. This here, the maximum speed it'll go is 6,500 RPMs. The typical corded grinder is about 10,000 RPMs, but at 6,500 with a battery, it should be more than enough, because if you're not anywhere close to a power source with an extension cord, this will definitely do the job. Let's go on to the next one, and I'm going to show you that one as well. Okay, here's the other one. If I know Ryobi, they've actually did a good job on this one. This one here is actually their LED workbench light. This one here is different or unique because I like the way it's designed, because you have one side that you can completely move in regards to the actual lighting itself. This here actually has a bar that's actually 270 degrees, that can move 270 degrees here. Just to show you here, I can get it done. There we go. See, you can actually move it and light it up. And here, luckily I do have a battery here. Sorry about the brightness. It's 960 lumens. See, you can have both sides lit up. Press it again. You have one, which is just this facing here. Or you can have the other one, which is that one there, pointing down. Now this here you can definitely use any type of battery source, which is like what I'm using here, which is a 1.3. And it also has a nice little handy feature where you can actually also hang it. It comes with 2 little hooks. If I can get this one here out. Oh, hold on, I'll just close that one. Put it back. And here we go. You got two hangers. So you can definitely hang this almost anywhere, so long as you have a hook of some sort to put it up, or if you have a combination of the two where you need a right angle for it. Again, this here you can use the standard 1.3 volt battery, which is what I have here, the P102, and it has 960 lumens on it, which is great. It's good for also working in confined little spaces, well, not confined, but spaces where you still need some light and you need something that gives off a bright light. This is one of them. I got this because I needed something, especially when working in corners where you don't have enough light and the light source is too far away. Again, this is something I would definitely use on a regular routine if I have to go into tight corners and all that. It's great to have. So let's go on to the last tool that I have which I actually love, and it's especially when you're working alone and you need some of your music. And yes, here's the last one of the reviews. This is actually the P742. Yeah, it's an AM/FM radio with an auxiliary input and Bluetooth, so you can actually hook up your phone to this via Bluetooth or tablet, whichever one you prefer. You can hook it up via Bluetooth, and it also comes with a USB port right here and the auxiliary. So I think that's auxiliary in or auxiliary out. I haven't read the manual carefully enough. I should read the manual more carefully. The USB port is 1.1 amp port, so you can actually charge your cellular device, and you can put that right here. This is just a little cord that you can attach your phone to in the back and have it charge off of any typical battery. I'm using again 1.3 here, a 1.3 amp hour battery, and it works very good. Reception, I've heard some things about this, that some people have bought it and it doesn't work very well. It depends on the reception too of the actual radio that you have. But here I'm going to just turn it on just briefly here, just so you can listen. This is actually the CBC here.
Direct hit on North Carolina late tomorrow. Trump's comments are part of the ongoing public awareness campaign.
And that's the closest radio station that I have here, along with a couple other ones. I'm not going to play music and all that. I don't want to get stricken down. But the reception is very good with this. And there is a little antenna here to get better reception. You can have up to 10 channels, both on the FM and AM dial. Now, it would have been nice to have a little dial here instead of these membrane buttons. It's not a big deal for me because I'm used to using membrane buttons here and all that. But I like little dials. But I know due to where you're going to be working with, it's not always good to have little dials because you can get dirt or moisture in it. And it comes in nicely with changing the mode, power on, and scanning for your different tuners here. And then you have your what looks like a display or a clock where you can actually adjust the time on it, and it'll let you know when you do go into the switch mode. It'll let you know whether it's on AM, FM, auxiliary, or on Bluetooth. Again, I paid only about $50 or so for this, and it works quite well. I love it. It's good for some music when you're on location somewhere, or you're working alone in your workshop. It's good to have, and again, it uses any one of the 18 volt batteries here. So this is definitely a plus that you can actually use. So that's it for the review of these 6 tools. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was very brief. I didn't have a chance to test all of them out, or if I did test them, they were working great as I liked them. Other ones I didn't have a chance to actually test out due to not having a project yet ready for them. So take care, have a great time, and thank you for viewing. If you like this, subscribe. If you didn't like it, put thumbs down. And if you want to say hi to me, please do. Put it in the description. Take care, everyone.